Okay, I have like 16 minutes before I get to my first musical improv class. I'm very excited about that. So I figured that I would just like record my honest review experience with driving a Tesla for the last almost 3 years. My lease is almost up. It was a 3-year lease, 10,000 miles a year or something like that. I'm well below that. I think that this car has 10,000 miles on it now. And I've had it since 2021. And I was sitting here thinking, like, I'm going to miss this car so much. I'm going to miss so many different things about it. All of the cool techie things, how customizable it is, all of the safety features. I will miss it. There are a lot of things that I will not miss about this car. I don't know if you could hear that squeaking just now where I just went over a bump. I will not miss that squeaking. That squeak has been there since 2021, June 2021, when I got this car. Noticed the squeak, took it right back to the dealership, said, hey, my car's squeaking. They couldn't pinpoint it, they couldn't figure it out, but they have it documented that I brought it in multiple times today. There's a squeaking going on. They advised me to take it to New Jersey because in Brooklyn, they can't drive fast enough to replicate the sound. The speed that you need to go to replicate the sound is about 20 miles to 25 miles an hour, which you can't get that fast in Red Hook, unfortunately. So the squeaking of the telltale Tesla, whatever. Anyway, so my car squeaks, and it's always squeaked. The car, the build on it, and this is something I knew going into it, and something that I'd hoped they would have resolved, and it's something that I thought they would have resolved by now. The car's a piece of crap. Like, let's be fucking for real. My Tesla's a piece of crap. It's a very cool piece of crap. Oh my God, move your shitmobile. The fuck? Sorry, road rage took over. Okay. This car is a piece of crap. This side panel where my seatbelt is not aligned right. My ass knocked it off. I took it to the dealership and said, hey, I didn't tell them my ass knocked it off naturally. It's like, hey, this panel came off. It doesn't feel safe because that's where my seatbelt is. And they called themselves fixing it. It didn't really get fixed. It's kind of up there, but it's still a little loose and it pops out every now and then. Let's see. I honestly, the first time I ever got into the back seat of a Tesla was 2 years after I owned a Tesla, and that was because my Uber was a Tesla. I just sat in the back seat of my car for the first time last summer. I drive. There's no reason for me to be back there, but boy howdy, when I got back there, I said, oh shit, this is the cheapest, jankiest experience. It felt like I was in a janky little go-kart or something. The traffic gods are not in my favor this morning. It's just everyone just dragging ass. Okay. This car is extremely glitchy. I tell people all the time that driving a Tesla is akin to having an Android on wheels. And Android owners, I need you to accept the fact that your phones are janky. They are prone to hacking, which is why I refuse to own an Android, not even for like product testing purposes. I refuse to use an Android. It's an unsafe device. It is easily hackable. Teslas are hackable, okay? Yeah. You know, another terrible thing about having an Android on wheels is that, you know how sometimes they'll push out an update to your phone, and depending on what you have customized, your phone might brick or it just might glitch, kind of. That happens with this car. But the bad thing is that it happens to shit like your braking system. They will upload an update to give you Tetris on your touchscreen, and that update will break your brakes. So when you press your brakes, they don't fucking work. Isn't that terrifying? Bruh. There was at one point, I don't know why I have such bad luck with, okay, you turn. Thank you. Heaven shine on your stupid little brain. You know something, I actually enjoy the variety of insults that I come up with while I'm driving. Some things are mean. Full transparency, I called someone fat the other day and they didn't hear it naturally, but I apologized to the universe for that, because that's not mean. That's low-hanging fruit, you know, to comment on someone's appearance. No. You comment on someone's intelligence or the lack thereof, but not their mental capabilities to make fun of the fact that they may have a disability, to be clear. Like, that's insulting. I don't know how I've deviated so far, but anyway, back to the car. There was one time where the window would go up too fast and would like risk decapitating or strangulation or whatever. And it was just like, yeah, no need to bring your car to the dealership. Just, you know, just do that software update. You have to be intentional about doing a software update if you park your Tesla someplace where there is not Wi-Fi near it. So if you park your Tesla at home, right, and it's on your home network outside of your house or whatever, then your Tesla will regularly receive its updates and stuff, you know? Great. If you live in New York City and you park on the street, like me, your car doesn't get the updates until you physically get in the car, turn tethering on your cell phone, connect your car to your cell phone's Wi-Fi network, and then download the update. Do you know how wildly dangerous that is? You want a bitch with ADHD to remember to update her car so it doesn't decapitate her? Do you know the goddamn chaos that I have been living in? The very cool chaos of owning a Tesla. Barbie's struggling. Anyway. Damn it, I cracked myself up. So it's a very cool car. I love how cute it is. I love how smooth it is when it drives, when it's not glitching. There are times that I've pressed the brake and it has jolted forward. There are times that I've pressed the accelerator and it has not moved. There are times I've randomly gotten in it and it won't come on at all. And it's always a morning when I'm running late for work. There's one time, this is how I learned to never do a software update and sit in the car. It was a 90-degree day. I had no idea the car was gonna turn off for as long as it did. And baby, when I say a bitch was trapped in there, it was hot, very hot, damn it, hot. So don't do your software update when you're sitting in the car. It's not a good idea. Just a heads up. If you ever get a Tesla. Would I ever get another Tesla? Not a brand new one. All of its flaws, if you are not a reckless driver, you likely won't wreck your Tesla, or your Tesla won't catch fire or some weird stuff like that. Like, that will likely not happen to you if you are a responsible driver. But if you're one of those dumbass people that's adding all sorts of, you know, trays and weights on the steering wheel so that you can do, you know, full self-driving and never have to touch it, and if you're doing things that they specifically say, hey, this is a bad idea, don't do this, or hey, this is a bad idea, don't jailbreak your car, never jailbreak your freaking car, and you do that anyway, I've got bad news for you. Your car is absolutely going to explode. Your car is absolutely going to lose control and go flying off into the abyss or something. You're an irresponsible person. If you are a responsible driver and you take care of your car, you likely won't die in it, right? Like, you're as likely to die in a Tesla as you are any other car. Unless you are a wildly irresponsible person. Then you are as likely to die in a Tesla as you are to die in like a sports car or a motorcycle. If those statistics make sense to you. I would not buy a new one because of the whole genocide in Congo thing, cobalt, all that, rechargeable batteries, ethically. And that was something I really, really had to sit and say, what is more important? Having a status symbol and a cool techie thing, because I'm a very techie person. I've always loved very techie things. I work in tech and all that fun shit. Is it worth knowing that what I am driving came from some child dying or some child being assaulted, kidnapped, villages burned and destroyed for profit? No, I am absolutely not okay with that. Is that something I wish I knew before I decided to get a Tesla? Absolutely. It was not something I knew. I did a lot of research. I weighed a lot of moral things because there were some moral things to consider, especially given Tesla's history of civil rights abuses in its factories in California, and things that the CEO of Tesla says and actively does. There are a lot of reasons for me to not get another Tesla. It is not that cool for me to sell my soul just to drive it. It's not worth it for me. That doesn't mean I cast judgment on anyone else. Everyone is their own individual with their own separate individual human experience, their own morals, their own views of the world, and you get to decide how to act, so long as your actions are not causing intentional harm on someone else. I choose to not actively, intentionally participate in genocide, because that is how I view things ultimately. So yeah, if you want to get a Tesla, I think that you should do your research. I think that you should consider a lot of things. Can I park here? I think I can. I think I can. Yeah, I found a parking spot. I found a parking spot. I found a parking spot. Do not pull up behind me. I found a parking spot. Okay, all right. I like that song. That one was cute. I'm kind of glad I got that one on video. Glad I got that one on video. Pull up to my bumper, baby, and get on back in my seat. Pull up to my bumper, baby, drive it in between. I will miss little conveniences like when I park and take my seatbelt off, my seat adjusts. But I think I could get that in a Benz too. I am trying to decide what car I want next. I love, listen, I grew up watching everything Beverly Hills, everything California, everything suburbs. So I'm very much like a Banks. Where's the Mercedes? I don't necessarily want one, because owning a Mercedes in Brooklyn, low-key, not fun. Owning a Mercedes any place not Brooklyn is fine. Owning an Infiniti anywhere is never okay. Hate Infinitis. They make my blood boil. I've never even dated a guy with an Infiniti. I am that turned off by Infinitis. Ew. I'm gonna throw my shoe at the next Infiniti. No, I like these shoes. They're pink Birkenstocks. I would never throw them at someone. But yeah, I'm trying to decide. Like if I stay in Brooklyn, I definitely will not be getting a Mercedes. But I feel like I want something that purrs. The only car that I have driven in the last 3 years that I enjoyed outside of my Tesla and my Civic, Violetta was the shit. I loved that little car. She could fit into any little spot, and she could go fast, and people always underestimated me in that car, and that's what gave me the advantage. That's why if you catch me skedaddling, scooting through your hood in another Civic, just know she's gonna be pinked out just like this Tesla is. Like, straight up. I like that little car. She was very cute, very fun, very zippy. I see why my sister had one too. So I understand. The Civic is low-key the bad bitch mobile. That's like didn't Tia have a Civic? I think Tia had a Civic too. It's the bad bitch mobile. Anyway, I'm the only other car I really enjoyed was a Mustang. Oh, I see why men like Mustangs. I get it. I understand why my father had one. I will own a Mustang in this lifetime. That chef's kiss. And it will be a convertible. Yeah, I want a convertible Mustang. I'm gonna make the little horses pink. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but I don't even know if I would purchase a used Tesla. It would probably be a backup car. Just as a gas prices have soared, skyrocketed, at least I can still charge my car kind of thing. Like end of world thing. I think it's definitely a good idea to get an electric vehicle of some kind that can be charged on your own generator. But I would not get the electric Mustang. There aren't enough charging places yet, at least not for my liking. And this is coming from someone who has had 3 years of owning a Tesla in New York City, and I only have 2 charging stations in Brooklyn that I can go to that are Superchargers. There's only 2 in Brooklyn. So I kind of plan my life around charging. I've lost a lot of time over the last 3 years with charging. So would I get another Tesla? I think this video started one way and it ended another way. No, but I would always, oh my God, I'm going to cherish the memories of driving this car like Like, I loved it. It was a fantastic driving experience. It was also a terrible experience in a lot of ways as well. So, you know, you pick your poison. That's it for me. Take care, y'all.